I'm waiting.
So
Is that right?
Yeah, like just chat.
it should be us chatting now.
I have an ad.
Oh, maybe I got to refresh.
I will also refresh.
Yeah, there we are.
Yeah,
No.
look at our beautiful faces.
I've got us.
And let me double check. It looks like we're alive, but I can't see an image on YouTube, so let me see.
Like we're alive.
Yep, there it is. I got it.
On YouTube?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, there we are. Very cool.
Look at
So
us
we're live on
multi-streaming. I hope your
two
computer makes
platforms.
it, Adam. I hope your computer doesn't.
We did it last time.
No.
It was just unlisted. So my computer did fine last time.
Okay.
I didn't drop any frames or anything, but we're also not playing a game that's like labor intensive or anything like that.
I'm just playing emotional games as usual.
Yes, of course. Why not?
Emotional games.
Puppet Master. Dance minions.
Let's see.
All right, let's pull out chat over here.
That reminds me of the new. Are you guys Doctor Who fans?
I used to be.
I was until they took it off all the streaming platforms I had access to.
Yep. Well, there's new Doctor Who episodes on Disney Plus now, and they're getting ready. I think they've like introduced the new Doctor, but they did like a mini series with David Tennant, who is the best Doctor in my opinion.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad we all agree.
I mean, it's not even a contest.
So, spoiler alert: David Tennant comes back for a little bit, and the reason that this came up is because Chelsea was doing like the puppeteer things. Neil Patrick Harris plays a German bad guy in the Disney Plus Doctor Who like miniseries.
Okay.
And he's kind of a puppeteer, a German puppeteer, Austrian puppeteer. He does like a thick German or Austrian accent, and he plays it really well. And I feel like I just haven't consumed that much Doctor Who episodes in a while, and I was like, I really like Doctor Who. I think it's a great show.
So I started watching it from like when it's relaunched with like Chris Eccleston. Is that his name?
Yeah. Well, he was the first of the relaunch.
I loved him as one. And then I stopped watching after like right when Peter Capaldi took over, because that's when it was removed from everything that I had access to, and I was like, well, not watching Doctor Who anymore.
That's funny. That's when I stopped as well. And just because, like life changes, and I just didn't have the schedule to watch it, and then I never picked it back up whenever I could.
Oh, apparently, Wild West Dan says the toy maker from the original series. So maybe that's
who Bradley. You see that?
Neil Patrick Harris was playing.
Yeah, the toy maker. That does sound right.
All right.
The puppet master, toy maker. You know,
it's all toy.
S. James says it's Doctor Who's also on HBO Max. I did not know that.
Oh,
there you
is
go.
that new? Like all of it?
I don't know.
No, 6 episodes.
I pretty much only watched. I don't have HBO Max. I just use my mom's because she was like, I get this because I pay for HBO, right? And I said, yeah. And she goes, can you help me set up my account? I was like, of course. And so I took her password and everything and used her HBO Max. So there we go.
I hope nobody from HBO is watching.
HBO Max has some good stuff on it. I feel like they've got good movies. Obviously, they have.
It's just Max.
Max. They got Game of Thrones, which is great. Last of Us. Yeah.
Oh, Last of Us was.
Last of Us.
Incredible.
Yeah, Last of Us was great.
I'm so happy that video game movies are becoming
good now.
Part of culture. Like the new Fallout series makes me want to play Fallout.
Dude,
I bought it. Like I watched it whatever that day. We watched the whole Fallout in one day, and then I bought the game the next day.
I was it came out right before Tabletop Weekend, and all of y'all were at CHW, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to work a lot this weekend, so I should definitely just spend one day watching Fallout all day to make up for that time. And
Field
I-
research. Market
and it
research.
worked.
Spazoid
Yeah.
Bunny in chat. I sat my parents down to watch Fallout. My father left with my copy of New Vegas.
Good. Nice,
That's
Spaz.
funny.
And Dan
That's
says,
awesome.
I didn't even hate the D&D movie. I loved the D&D movie. However, the D&D movie by Hollywood standards is considered a flop because it barely made its operating budget back. So we probably
Oh well.
won't get another one, which is a bummer.
No.
Yeah. A success in
That's
Hollywood is
unfortunate.
3 times its operating budget.
I mean, I guess that's fair if you got to make your money back and pay everybody. And
Yeah, that's true.
hello,
that-
great humans.
Is that on Prime, the D&D movie?
Yeah. Oh no. Where is it?
I don't know. Let me.
Chat?
It's on streaming service.
I can find that real quick.
Or just ask chat. Where is it? Where can I watch the new D&D? Well, it's not new anymore, but where can I watch the Chris Pine D&D movie? I bet
Dungeons
chat
and
knows.
Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. You can stream it on Prime
There you go.
and Paramount Plus, and that's about it. So yeah,
But it Spazoid, but it
make,
did make
yes,
money. And
everybody
everyone
did
got
get paid. That's true.
but they
I-
didn't get to
I
go on
paid if they
vacation.
took their operating budget back. I
I
actually don't know
honestly
anything
don't
about.
know.
I feel like maybe that's why they have like
guy
a
for
studio. It's like everyone gets paid, and the studio just doesn't make any money. Which, like, I know that studios probably don't like very much. So,
I don't
I
know.
feel like that's you run a business, you take some risks, some investments.
So-
yeah, and make
Dan said a streaming
stuff.
guide. So a friend of mine told me about this. This is not an endorsement. It is not a paid endorsement. This is just Jeff talking about something.
Not sponsored.
Right. But we are open if the people who make the app are interested in sponsoring Extra Life. It's called Real Good, REELGOOD. And you basically search for whatever you're searching for, and it tells you everywhere you can watch it. And it even says like free with subscription or rent and all that. So
There's
it's
there's a
one
bunch
place
of-
to go.
There's a bunch of websites like that. I use justwatch.com. Does the same thing.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that one.
Yep. So yeah, that's cool. Well, hey chat, how's it going? We're here again, and we're gonna talk about some fun stuff. So first, we're gonna kind of go through like a recap of Tabletop Weekend, and very quick, just chatting, like say how much people raised, all that stuff, and then we're gonna talk about a fun little promotion we have coming up this weekend, and then we'll talk about Ignite. So the first thing is we're going to switch over to this screen. Let me see if it's got the right image up. It does. So on your screen, you'll see that the fundraising total for Tabletop Weekend was 1,026. I can't speak.
No, 100.
$126,795. So, man, when you don't get a lot of sleep, talking is hard. So there you go. Third time's a charm. That's right. So yeah, that is the total for Tabletop Weekend. So that's like what, 14,000
3 days.
higher than last year. So y'all did awesome. Adam can't number today. You are correct. I cannot number today or most days. So yeah, so that's super awesome, super exciting. We love that. Thank you so much to our tabletop community for smashing that amazing goal. Although I don't think we set a specific goal, but still we say we smashed it.
We wanted to
anyway.
beat last year's total, and that's impressive
There you go.
because we moved the date on everybody,
Yeah,
right?
that's especially what's impressive there.
And yes, Max. Yes, Miles Max.
Wasn't more people that fundraised as well.
Mhm.
748 Extra Lifers received a donation that weekend, which is 61% more than the number of people who received a donation in last year's Tabletop Weekend.
200 or 300 more people or something crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Awesome.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, 211 people registered
which is
for
great.
Tabletop Weekend. Like they weren't registered. So of everybody that collected, 211 of them were not registered before Tabletop Weekend, and then they registered in time.
Yes. So
Is there anything that y'all did for Tabletop Weekend that you really enjoyed, or community that you saw that you want to just shout out, spotlight? Anything specific from Tabletop Weekend that stood out for folks?
Are you talking to chat or are you talking
Yeah.
to us?
yeah, he's talking.
Yeah,
to
I would say chat, but also you guys too. Like, is there anything that you guys did that you want to talk about?
I got to play D&D with some wonderful friends, so that was fun because I rarely ever get to play. So we played in a one shot, and I had a great time. And during that, what does this say? I got a filthy surfy. Okay, I got to call Adam a filthy surfy on Tabletop Day. So for those of you who have watched the Fallout show, there's a part where somebody in a vault calls people from the surface a filthy surfy, and and Spaz was in the game with me, and Spaz is from a race that is subterranean, and mine was not, and so she called me a filthy surfy, and only she and I got it because we were the only ones who had watched Fallout, so it was pretty funny. But yeah.
Well.
My brother
cool.
did
we played Risk.
Risk is good. I haven't played Risk since college, I don't think. But they gave, I don't know if this is a normal rule, but they were like, we had too many people, and they're like, Adam, you get to be the proletariat, and they gave me this like gold horse, and I was like, what does this do? And they're like, you get to start uprisings, and I was like, okay. So
doesn't sound like
new. That's the new version.
They did not have fun. I did, but they did not.
So. Yeah, we did. We just, everybody that came in chipped in some money, and that was the fundraising. And then we were gonna do re-rolls, but with Risk, because you roll probably 1 million times in the game, it would end up breaking the bank. So we just did entry fee and used that as our fundraising.
Fantastic. I heard several people did that as well, so that's really cool. My brother,
I heard a.
Go ahead.
Oh, I heard a story. There were some, Chelsea, maybe you know about this more than I do. You might have been the one to tell us. But wasn't there some, we'll call them senior citizens, that fundraised playing, was it bridge or canasta? What is it?
It was. Thank you so much for bringing this up. So our hospital in Odessa, Texas, Medical Center Health Foundation. My talent is knowing where every hospital in the country is, apparently.
Nice.
So I'm really fun.
Chelsea's actually AI.
Surprise. Here I am. But yeah, so they did a partnership with a local group of retirement-aged ladies who like to play bridge and would meet together, you know, on a regular basis to play that, because people who are of retirement age also love to play games, if not just as much as, if not more than those of us who are not retirement age. How many times can I say retirement in one sentence before I get to the point? But anyway, they got together, they had tea, they had cakes, and they played bridge, and they raised thousands of dollars for their hospital, which is just such an awesome idea, such an awesome concept of like how we can engage non-traditional extra life communities to support this great cause through Tabletop Weekend. So really love the creativity there from one of our hospitals to set up that partnership, but also just some ideas for those of you who might be looking to engage the other people in your life, is that it doesn't have to be video games. It doesn't even have to be like Monopoly. It can be your grandma who plays bingo.
Yeah.
Cards. Yeah, exactly. Like my friends and I are really into Rummy Cube.
That's a great game.
As the resident tea drinker on the team, I want to be part of this bridge event and eat cakes and drink tea. So
okay, let's do it. Let's make it happen. Imagine because we were at Walgreens the other day, and there was a senior citizen newspaper thing, like a community newspaper for seniors. And the front page on it just last weekend, and it said something about the new senior center activity, on Wednesdays, come and play games. Like they have board game day at the center. And yeah, my wheels are turning. And hearing that story, Chelsea, I'm sitting here thinking, think about every city where we have a hospital, they have senior citizens and senior citizen centers where, why wouldn't those people want to fundraise for their hospital, for their children's hospital? And
maybe so.
A lot of them will have grandkids
become extra lifers
that have benefited from the care of that hospital. And like you said, Jeff, I mean, think of even a small community is going to have places where people can come together, be social, and play games. There's a reason why play is one of the most basic human instincts, and the desire to like create games around that is as old as language. Like we've got like examples of cards and of board games or rudimentary forms, like going back thousands and thousands of years. It's because the human desire to play is so strong. So like, how can we tap into where that's already happening in our community outside of the traditional video game or even the traditional like tabletop game that you think of, like you've been
bingo
playing
nights and stuff like that. Yeah.
The Hoop and Stick. Remember, the Hoop and Stick is a game as old as time. That event raised $31,000.
Yeah, that's an event that takes place like in a castle, which is really cool. So
that's cool.
Look into Hoop and Stick. They sell stuff like
so if you
they collect stuff from different publishers and whatnot and sell it in like.
So then it's easy. Just get a castle.
Yeah, exactly.
Step one.
Get
a castle.
Easy peasy. So on to Bradley's point about like calling it like people sharing what they did. So I'll go through a couple of those real quick so we're not ignoring what people said. So like Wild West Dan says he had the most successful day ever, single day ever for him. So that's fantastic. Wow. Let's see. My brother tried to kill me during our game. That's true. He failed. And then Call Me Smashley says my mods and I all tried to learn D&D together for this. It did not go well. that would be pretty funny.
Did you even get past character creation?
Then we've got somebody else said they streamed Indie Tech said streamed Minecraft board games, which I didn't know you could play board games in Minecraft. That's cool. And a round of Boss Monster, which shout out to Brotherwise Games. They provided Boss Monster 2 and 3 at EOU last year. And then let's see. On Tabletop Weekend, Spazoid Bunny drew people's D&D characters for 12 hours straight and gave themselves the worst carpal tunnel flare-up. And then there's a fish head as an emote, and we hit $600. So that was pretty great. Yeah, that's awesome. And I have Minecraft Castle. Okay, cool. Very cool. Fun stuff.
I love that creativity of drawing things that people are interested in. I know a lot of folks that, like, I'm part of a lot of Pokemon communities, and a lot of my friends will like draw commissions for their like dream Pokemon team. But I would pay money for someone to draw my, like, if I give you in detail what my Dungeons and Dragons character looks like, hey, he's a cleric, tempest, all these like things. I would pay money for someone to draw that for me.
So on that,
make me a $50 donation.
Yeah.
I'll get you one right now.
So Spazoid Bunny was in the D&D game that I played in, and they drew all of our characters for the D&D campaign, and then you could donate like $30 and get all the characters as stickers. So pretty soon I'll be getting our whole party's character stickers in, so I'll be able to show y'all like, this is my character. So
that is so incredibly cute.
It's really cool. I'm very excited about it. But yeah. And so someone
draw my cats. Just saying.
They could probably draw your cats. They have a cat as well. So cat lovers unite.
All right, Bradley, that'll be $50, please.
Wow.
Is that about how you pictured it?
Well, he's a Yuan-Ti, so he's a snake person. So I think maybe the head might be a little bit different, but I would say it's close enough.
Maybe a Cobra hood, something. Hey, what's up?
James wants to play Roblox.
James wants to play Roblox? Yeah. Okay, you can play Roblox with James.
Snakehead.
Now we're talking.
I know,
What's
Lynn.
that, bud? Okay. He's going to do his homework later. Everybody.
I'll send you my fundraising page link in a minute.
Nolan, Chelsea says hi. He said hi from down the stairs.
See, I'm not gonna lie, my heart just broke, but it's fine.
No, he yelled up hi from the bottom of the stairs.
Big Bite Joe built Monopoly in Minecraft.
That's cool.
Why not?
I
imagine creative mode.
Probably, yeah. So one last thing I wanted to talk about for Tabletop Weekend is that you have until I don't know why I'm checking my watch. Midnight tomorrow. No, it's 11:59 p.m. I guess is it normally your time, right? That we say? Yeah.
Yeah, it should go until end of time tomorrow.
Yeah.
End of time.
End of time tomorrow. Time's just ending in general.
Let me
tomorrow.
double check.
But
tomorrow.
Yeah, so people can still unlock the Extra Life D20 from Norse Foundry, which looks like this. And so I'm going to turn it on. Boom. And so now instead of our beautiful faces, you see the D20 in like very up close, which looks really cool. So that is the Extra Life D20. And it is from Norse Foundry. You have to, yes, time is ending tomorrow. Yes. So you can, just in general. So yeah, if you want to unlock the Extra Life D20, you have until tomorrow to raise $100. You can even donate it yourself.
Platinum.
Yes, you have to be a platinum participant. So if you are not, you can upgrade to platinum, and you will be able to get that. Extra Life St. Louis says, great to see you tuning in, Joe. Oh, okay. They're talking to Joe. Got it. But yeah, so you can still unlock that. It's really, really cool. It's I believe we said it's 30 millimeters, Bradley?
Yep.
Okay.
I wonder how heavy, like I haven't put my hands on one yet. If anybody has, like, it looks like it's going to be heavier because it's that glass. I imagine it's like a dense, heavy.
I would imagine it's probably not as heavy as our old metal one, but it's definitely heavier than a standard like plastic D20. What's that?
You could cause some damage with one of the metal D20s.
Oh, yes.
I
do not recommend rolling those on a wooden table. They leave dents. So definitely use a rolling tray or a cardboard box or something.
I think when I classify my dice, I ask myself, can I throw this through the back windshield of my car? And I think the answer for this would probably be no. So I hope maybe that helps give a little bit more context about what the weight this one is.
So the D20 is more likely to break than your windshield.
I think it would bounce off onto the ground and guff, and I think my car would be okay.
Got it. That
I
is
think that's
good judge of D20s. Love that.
Oh, Gomer Straw. Somebody made a 2.5-inch die for ELU one year, and it's a lovely paperweight. Like, did they make one, or did they make a bunch for everybody?
Like this big, basically.
Right, 2.5-inch.
I mean,
was it a D20 or was it a D6?
So this is like a D20 like stress ball, so it's squishy, but that would be about 2.5 inches. So it'd be about this big.
Right.
For a 2.5 inch.
Is that something people would be interested in next year? Another D20? Like, should we make Tabletop Weekend the D20 collectible, or do we need to do like a set of D6?
We haven't done a dice bag. I think we should do a dice bag.
A bag?
I would like a dice bag. That's me personally.
Would you rather a bag or a chest?
We made
like a treasure chest. We did the hex chest, but that was just carried a 6, but like a chest to carry all your dice.
I would say a bag, because the bag, that's more portable than me carrying like a chest around. A bag is like, it can squish into things.
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Barbecue Bus said a tower, which we've talked about too. A nice dice tower would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be really, really cool.
A dice tower.
Talk to our friends.
The towers are, they have different towers. I've seen them at the conventions. Like, they have all kind of, and they're rollers too, right?
Yep. You drop your die at the top, and then it rolls down the tower and out to like a little landing area at the bottom.
I need one that I can program what number I'm gonna roll.
That's called cheating.
I was gonna say, Jeff, that's gonna get you out pronto.
I've got to defend my title.
That's another nat 20. I guess I'll just walk right in.
I'm lucky. Can I use your dice tower? No.
Jail.
I think Norse Foundry has a dice jail that they. So like you can. So Jeff, if you've never seen one, you can look it up. But yeah, I think theirs is literally just like a box made of wooden bars. Like you just drop dice in it, which is pretty fun.
Dice jail. I've heard of it. Yeah, I've never actually used it, but I like the idea of a little small prop or something to put your dice in jail for.
Yeah. Or like we can get like a mini that holds the dice or something like that. That could be fun.
Oh, we'll put it to a vote whenever it comes time to start making that decision in a couple of months.
We'll see.
I will say one of my dream Tabletop Weekend incentives would be like a D&D figurine that is like maybe Tori's likeness with the logo, which would be kind of cool if we're keeping in the like dice theme.
Could do something like that.
We got figurine painting.
Yeah, kind of fun.
should it come pre-painted or should it come with like a paint set? Like
I think you should hand paint all of them, or at least the top. Yeah, like or make it like the top X number of fundraisers. You can hand paint.
Do you see all these things up here? I didn't paint any of these.
Champions do something.
Or you give people the option to say if they want to donate to, like, we have several people who paint in the community, and maybe they can say like, I'll paint for a donation, and then they'll do a paint for you.
Yeah.
Oh, an EL Colors paint set.
Yeah.
Blue and blue.
And white. Just 3 colors. Just comes with like 3 little caps that are pre-sealed or whatever.
Or you could add the Children's Miracle Network hospitals colors too, right?
That's
you
true.
Add your
we
red,
could do those.
yellow.
Yeah. Have a handful that are pro-painted and people will work for them. That's true. We do know a few community members who teach painting. So
I remember it was ELU 2 years ago. Futile I think it was giving me like this full lesson on like there is an actual better process that you should take if you want a quality. He's like, you paint this first and then you paint that and then you paint that, and it's different your layers so that your lines are crisp and clear and facial expressions.
He teaches classes, so
there
you go. Part of the biggest fundraisers on Tabletop Weekend, get a free painting, like online painting class for Futiles.
Well, you just hang out with Futiles.
Here's what I know about painting. Primer, that's a word that people use. What step does primer go in before or after? That's the question I don't know the answer to.
I am so happy that I can answer this for you. As someone who did stage design in high school, you got to prime it first, so it like sets a nice base coat color for the like actual paint to go on, and then you can put like a sealant on top, which is like a clear gloss, so it like locks that in, you know. Unless I'm just like making things up.
Conversely, Big Bite Joe says primer goes last. Have fun, which is not true.
I think
I was gonna say, I was like,
no, primer goes first.
It's in the word. Primer is derived from the word premier, right? Or primary, which is first.
There you go.
Prime.
But isn't there some paint that are primers as well as glosses?
Well, nowadays you can get everything all in one.
At whatever your local home improvement store is.
And like some may think that's like some science, but I call it magic.
Yes, correct, Grower Shaw. No body painting for Extra Life. That is a rejected concept.
What did Sana say? Y'all should paint each other and then reveal it on the stream. That's a good game day activity, Sana.
Faces.
Honestly, we're always
it surely beats eating coffee pods, K-cups.
Actually, you know what? I take that back. This evil one over here with the you know that I'm talking about Jeff, because Adam and Bradley would never. Every time we do game day, Jeff is like, oh my gosh, it would be so funny if someone did this. And then guess who ends up having to do it every time? Me. You know what? I'm putting my foot down. Jeff, if I'm doing, you're doing it with me.
So did y'all both eat? Didn't y'all both eat a K-cup?
Yeah, I'm willing to. Yes, at least I'm willing to step up and do it.
Did a solidarity K-cup, and then I had to drink that like 3/4 of a gallon of black coffee. I didn't forget or forgive.
That's right.
You did drink a lot of coffee and then ran a lot of laps.
I did run many, many laps around the office. And I think I went in the parking lot and ran a few laps.
Yeah, I think you did.
Very late. It was like 1 a.m.
That's funny.
And then Adam and I were catching up, and then we were chatting so long that we forgot that daylight savings happened.
Oh yeah, we missed it, and everybody's like, "No, it already happened." We're like, "No, it's just now too," and they're like, "No, it's."
You guys were just yapping for so long.
It's already happened, and we're like, "Oops."
Yapping. That's a term that the kids are using these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. What can I say? I'm a yapper.
All right, so we're gonna move on to our next little bit here. And that is going to be, so May 4th is coming up, and that is what people call Star Wars Day. So we thought of a fun little thing that people could maybe do as like a quick way to get some fundraising from your Star Wars friends and family. So we came up with this idea: is we want to have people send this to their friends, family, whoever who are Star Wars fans, and says, "Help me defeat the Empire. Please donate to my Extra Life page to change kids' health, to change the future." And so it's just a fun little way to to use Star Wars Day as a way to get your Star Wars friends and family involved in fundraising for Extra Life. And we just thought it was a fun idea. So, do y'all want to say anything about it?
Yeah, I think. Or go ahead, Bradley. You go. Nope, you, me.
Bradley goes. I'm driving the stream, so Bradley goes.
I was just gonna say, I feel like we get a lot of questions from the community about like, what excuses do I have to go and outreach and ask people for donations? And this is something that we've been talking about, and it's as simple as posting a graphic on social media, but these kinds of days throughout the year, so you're not waiting all the way up till game day to get these donations. You're using Star Wars May the 4th Day as an excuse to jumpstart and get your page maybe a little bit more robust as far as donations go before game day donations start rolling in.
Yeah, and the way I would use this is you can text it to people. You can download the image. You can get it off of extra-life.org. I think, Bradley, you've got it featured on the homepage already. Mm-hmm. So people can download the graphic.
And I'll be posting it in Discord.
There's a story version as well. Isn't there a story version as well?
For like Instagram stories?
Yeah. Video, animated. And so when you would collect donations, like I'd bring that into Canva or something. And so if I got a $10 donation, I'd put like a mark over it to show that I got it, and then repost. So that's another way so every time you repost, you're increasing the chances that somebody sees your fundraising request. And then I think also when people see things marked off, then they know other people are doing it. And nobody likes to be first. So once they see other people doing it, then it's like, oh, I'm going to get in on this. I don't want to miss out on that. I think the key to this working for you is probably updating the card and then reposting it with, a red X over it. Or if you can come up with like a Star Wars, maybe a lightsaber or something.
Some
and
lightsabers
put like
crossed over somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Want to give a shout out to Spazoid Buddy real quick. It says, if you can't do the 4th, remember there's Revenge of the 6th as well.
All
right, Chelsea, you're up.
So this could be a 3-day thing.
Come on, Chelsea. What were you going to
say? Me being dramatic? Never. It's never happened before.
Never.
But like was said in the chat, I mean, a general best practice for these kinds of bingo boards is if you tag the person that donated to you, they're much more likely to either repost it or interact with the content, which boosts your algorithm placement. So,
good point.
Oh yeah, tag the people who do. Yes, smart.
If they have socials.
See,
true.
The community is smart.
They are.
I'm not even
very smart.
I just use Instagram. So.
All right, so we have May the 4th. We have Revenge of the 6th. What's a Star Wars day that could be on the 5th? I'm trying to think of something Star Wars that.
Oh wait, we said Revenge of the 6th. Never mind.
I don't. The 5th, because it's also
5th Awakens.
But I was gonna say something like that. I was trying to think of like one of the newer movies.
It doesn't sound quite right though.
Revenge of the 5th.
But there's Revenge of the 6th.
Yeah, it's Revenge of the 6th because it sounds like Sith. So.
So that's 5th.
You know what?
So wait, why does the Sith get 2 days to revenge?
Star Wars.
Because they're petty. I don't know.
A little fun.
I'm trying to think of like planet, like Star Wars planets. Like
5th Awakening. Yeah. Well, you did say the 5th Awakens. Yeah, we must make a trilogy.
Trilogy. No, we have
the only thing that sounds like 5th or even
Nick Stay just sent me a message on Slack. He must be watching. He goes, "Is Darth Vader looking at a calendar?"
It kind of looks like it.
He doesn't like May the 4th be with you. He's waiting for Revenge of the 6th.
It does look like it. What is that supposed to be?
I don't know. That was the icon in Canva.
That does look like the calendar.
That's the only Darth Vader icon in Canva that we can legally use.
When you don't know what to do, you got to go to Rhyme Zone, and you got to figure out what rhymes with the word 5th. So let me give you a few rhymes with 5th. I didn't know
Rhyme Zone was a thing.
Also Rhyme not Zone, a sponsor yet.
perfect for rhymes. We got myth, We got Pith, With, Krith.
Krith is not a real word.
I don't even know what that. You're just saying things. Pith.
Known for Wordle sometimes.
Yeah.
And then we got two syllable words.
We're looking for a word that to replace fifth with, so that we can have a trilogy.
Monolith.
Monolith.
Huh?
I kind of brings Ahsoka comes to mind.
Well, here's a stretch.
Okay.
Really a stretch. Like, get ready to pull your muscles because it's a stretch. So the Death Star, yeah. Stars have 5 points.
That is definitely a stretch.
I'm doing my best, Jeff. I can't be the ideas guy all the time.
Hey. Well, you know, credit, like you did inspire this card the way that it came out about defeating the Empire.
You're right.
But and I'll give you a little behind the scenes for those of you. The original version accidentally had "help me defend the Empire," and thankfully, when we were proofreading, we were like, "Wait a minute, we should probably defeat the Empire."
I mean, there are there are Empire fans out there, but yeah, no, we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
When you play Star Wars Battlefront, you can choose to be the Empire.
That's true.
Yeah, that is true.
If you want to take this and you're an empathizer,
sympathizer,
you want to change it, go for it.
So Wild West Ed says fifth is the way instead
Did
of
you
this
see
is the way.
what Loopy Walrus just wrote?
I've always heard Revenge of the Fifth, execute order May 6th. I have never heard that.
Wow, that
works. That works. I had
come
to think of it. I think I do remember it being Revenge of the Fifth where I live too.
I've heard 6th, but here's what I'll say to that debate: do what works for you. So
you know what? I'll tell you this: if you use this card and you fill it up with donations on May the 4th, 5th, or 6th,
then you're correct.
You will have raised $250.
That's true.
US dollars.
It's a lot more than Canadian dollars. All right.
The dark side.
There's a whole charity organization based upon the dark side characters. That's cool. I didn't know that.
All right.
Alrighty. The
great resource out there. Yeah, get to it from extra-life.org. Just go there. The homepage has the link to where you can download this.
And I will be posting it in Discord as well if you want to download it from there.
And I know Sun is putting it on our social channels a couple of times this week.
That is correct. All right. Back to just us on the screen here. Yeah, the 501st is pretty cool. I've seen them at some conventions before.
Goodness gracious.
Well, we need to reach out to them directly and make sure that they see this. Somebody needs to tell them.
Not a bad
just
idea.
In case.
They go to a lot of local conventions, and so I've seen them work with Extra Lifers before. But I don't know how you. I guess I would have to look up how you contact
And we've had,
again,
going back to stories that have happened in communities, there's been hospitals that have worked with cosplayers and had the actual, the characters, people come in cosplay, come to the hospital, visit the kids. There's big days that have been organized around that. I could see a future where Extra Lifers are organizing at the local level with their PDs and doing some kind of planned May the 4th activity and day of, and that could become a major event in your community. Again, don't expect it. You don't have to put the expectation on yourself to say well, year one, it's got to be the biggest thing ever. Year one, it could just be a visit to the kids and then build on it each year. If you're into Star Wars and if you have friends who have really good quality cosplay for Star Wars, which nowadays I've seen some good stuff. And then the other thing is one of our Radiothon events just earlier this year, they had there was a kid who was a heart transplant patient, and he was a huge Star Wars fan, and he was being featured on the Radiothon, sitting there at the radio table in his Jedi robes.
That's awesome.
And they had surprised him. He's a big he'd asked him if you could hang out or talk to any Star Wars character, who would it be? And he said Luke Skywalker, of course. And so they had pre-planned and had Mark Hamill himself had pre-recorded a message that they played for him right there. and he got to watch Mark Hamill. And the bigger backstory is he had met Mark Hamill a few years before when he actually had his heart transplant.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was kind of like a check-in. It was kind of like, hey, and I remember you, and it's good to see that you're doing well. And he had that big moment. I mean, just watching that video on the CMN Hospital's Instagram, I think it's like a 5 to 7 minute video, and the video was incredible. And I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. And just seeing the kid's reaction, and then the DJ and was talking to the kid after, and even the DJ started to break down and get emotional over it, and it was just tremendous,
magical.
So moments. I think, yeah, I mean, and we know like Extra Lifers and Star Wars, not every single person is a Star Wars fan, but I think there's enough Star Wars fans in Extra Life to where we could make Star Wars Day a big day in the Extra Life universe.
Yeah, I think so. You asked me to show off my lightsaber. I forgot to put the blade on it, but here's my lightsaber hilt that I built.
Nice.
How do you get the blade?
It's in my closet.
You have to donate to see the blade. You have to like make a donation to make Adam go and get it in the closet, and then.
I mean, I can just turn off my camera and go get it real quick.
What color is it?
Yellow.
Nice.
So I have yellow, green, and white crystals, but yellow is the one that I don't know. I just like it the most. Also, they all sound different, which is really cool.
That's cool.
I don't know. I want to go get it, but at the same time, we got to move on to our next thing. So maybe next stream I'll have my lightsaber.
So it's not a requirement to participate, but if you are a Star Wars fan and you see this as a great opportunity to fundraise, that is available to you.
I'm gonna allow this message because it is safe for work, but it flags Nightbot flags Passwords Bunny thing. So it says donate to see Adam's blade sounds very not safe for work. It does, but
I heard it. I heard it when I.
We mean lightsaber, made of light. So anyway.
So Ignite's coming up.
Yes, Ignite's coming up. So with that, let me see. I'm gonna play.
All right, I want to know from in chat who's like I'm already registered or I'm already.
To change the future. Through peer-to-peer fundraising, both organizations are raising the critical funds needed for children's hospitals. And this summer, their worlds will collide at Ignite, the first peer-to-peer leadership conference of its kind to bring together student leaders, gamers, advisors, and member hospital representatives in Kansas City, Missouri to ignite the spark to make a difference for kids in our local communities. The annual Extra Life United Gaming Tournament will take place at Ignite, where participants compete to win prize money for local member hospitals. Mark your calendars for July 18th through the 21st, where both Dance Marathon leadership and Extra Life community members will have targeted educational sessions to learn best practices on building community and fundraising. Then, meet in the middle to learn from each other, network, connect to the cause, and have a whole lot of fun. See you there.
July 18th through the 21st, registration is open, and I will, if you don't have that link, I'll just go ahead and put that in the chat. Boom, there you go. So that is the registration, or the first page to register for Ignite, and that includes Extra Life United Game Tournament. So if you want to come to that. So Extra Life United, I had never been before I started working here just because I couldn't afford it. But I've always wanted to go, and it is a tournament where people come from all over the country and from Canada as well. And they come and they play in a video game tournament and raise money, try to win money for their hospital of choice. So it's been going for, Jeff, is it how many years now exactly?
Is it eighth year?
Something like that.
I think it's the ninth.
It's since we came on board, this will be our third.
My second, but yes.
Wild.
I was hired right after ELU 2022. But yeah, so this is very, very exciting for us. It used to be held in March during Children's Hospitals Week in things that we're planning and everything. So it should be super, super fun.
I saw somebody in chat saying that they're bringing their wife and kids, but I feel like that kind of vibe is apparent through a lot of attendees that come, and I think it's more than just a gaming tournament. If for people that have never been or are looking to learn more, it's just an opportunity to meet more Extra Lifers in person. And I think for a lot of folks that are on the fence, Since I've been going since I went to the virtual Extra Life United in 2020, it's just so awesome to see folks connect with each other by either playing games, talking about their fundraising, through sessions, through, different activities that might happen at night. So whatever your reason for going, I know a lot of people go alone and are nervous, as I would be if I was going for the first time and didn't know anybody. But obviously, the best part about Extra Life, or one of the greatest parts about it, is the community. So the fact that people are so welcoming and want to talk to you, whether it be the community or CMN Hospital staff, the Extra Life team, anybody will be there and talk your ear off if you want. Or if you're introverted, just do your own thing, and hopefully you'll meet some people along the way.
Yep.
If you're worried about not having friends, well, like it or not, the 4 of us are your friends, and we will all be there. So you can come find us.
You will be able to find my head shining somewhere in the area, but don't get misled. There is a doppelganger out there. His name is Harkabald. So he's not me, but he's also fantastic. He'll be your friend too. So
You'll hear me probably.
They do look kind of alike. Yeah.
We do. But yeah, so
I think like what Bradley said too, right? There is like the way that we're organizing this year, because this is a leadership conference, and the Extra Life tournament, the Extra Life United tournament, is being held at the leadership conference, and we're putting programming in for Extra Lifers to have your own breakout sessions as well. And also there's going to be some breakout sessions that you can go to that are combined with Dance Marathon students and advisors. So there's going to be as much of your time available for becoming, either like fundraising or streaming or gaming, or just the different elements of Extra Life peer-to-peer fundraising that we're going to focus on. And then we'll also talk about some of the growth opportunities for Extra Life, and I mean, at the end of the day, this is a leadership summit as well. So you're coming to this event, we view you as a leader within the Extra Life community. And so we want to work with you during, and then even after and ongoing, as a leader in Extra Life, to help. I mean, we want you to be invested in the goals for the program. And so if we want this program to double in size over the next several years, then we're going to need your help to do that. And this leadership summit is I mean, that's what it is. It's a summit, right? So we're coming together, we're strategizing, and we're coming up with ways that we're going to grow this program together. And we're also going to have a tournament, and you're going to win some money for your hospitals.
Yeah. And so some common questions that we get, one of the ones that I get a lot is, since it's not at Children's Hospitals Week, are we going to have champion kids there? Yes, we are. There will be some champion kids there, so rest assured they'll be there. Yeah, 4 exactly. So that should be super fun, and they'll have a great time with the Extra Lifers and the Dance Marathon participants. Another one is, people are asking about how much it costs. This is also on that page. There's also an FAQ page. And so there are 3 different price options for Extra Life United specifically. So you can pay $99, and that gets you the 3-day pass, so you can come to the entire event. That includes a few meals, not all meals, and all conference content that you can go to or want to go to, and that includes the Extra Life tournament. There's also a $3.99 option, and that has everything the $99 option has. But it's a double occupancy hotel rate, and so you have to name someone. There will be no random pairs when it comes to Extra Lifers matching up with somebody in the hotel. So if you have a friend you want a room with, you both name each other in your registration, you'll get paired together, and you have a room together. Then there's the $5.99 option. It's the same as the $3.99, except you're a single occupant in your hotel room. So you have a hotel room, and then you have everything that comes with the $99 option. And then, so for people like Goma Straw, who said his wife and his kid are coming, I do know some of his specific situation because he's already registered. But for his kid would be a guest. And since we can't account for whether or not, we're not going to stop people from eating food or whatever, guests are allowed to come for $4.99. And so scratch that. Sorry, not $4.99. Nope. $49. See, can't numbers today. $49. And so that's added on to the $5.99 rate. So if you have more people, you just say in the comments it's me, my wife, and my 2 kids, or me, my husband, and my 2 kids, or whatever, or just a friend or my mom. Put that stuff in there, and if you need more beds, the events team will assign you like to a 2-bedroom instead of 1-bedroom. But yeah, so those are the price tiers that we have there. I think this is the first time in a while we've had a guest option, so that's really exciting. And just me and my cat.
Real.
And yeah, I am an idiot. Did ask, so did the hospital? I'm in jokes. I'm sure it's a joke, but did the hospital people get tired of it? No, they didn't. Actually, at CHW this year, I had a couple of people come up to me and say, "Oh, you can tell the Extra Life people aren't here, and oh, I missed seeing the Extra Life people here. They brought so much life and vibrance to the event." But no, our decision when we made this announcement as well, like our decision to combine with Dance Marathon and form a true leadership summit is we're investing in the leadership of peer-to-peer fundraising for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. And so Extra Lifers, Dance Marathon students and advisors have a lot in common. And there's a lot of stuff that, again, like when we talk about recruitment and certain fundraising with peer-to-peer, whether it's Extra Life or Dance Marathon, the strategy and the philosophy is similar. And so the two audiences we feel work well together. And so you can learn from each other and you can meet them as well. And then part of our strategy for Extra Life, I'll give a little teaser that we're going to talk about at this event, is we want to grow and bring younger Extra Lifers into the audience, and college campuses are a great place to do that. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have a lot of conversations about that when we're at Ignite as well.
A few folks talking about the kind of origins of Extra Life United too. I will say, I feel like I've heard from the community that the first Extra Life United felt like it was kind of in a corner as part of Children's Hospitals Week. Like, yeah, it was there, but like it was kind of there. So through the years, we've just seen rise in interest from everybody that wants to come and meet people and win money for their hospital, as well as other aspects of the summit or conference. So I think from what we have seen, the outreach that we've gotten from the community, a lot of people are very interested in coming, and to have that space to house everyone and make sure everyone is accounted for accessibility wise. We just wanted to make sure that we had the right space for folks as Extra Life United and Ignite slowly become larger and larger events.
Yeah, and it's definitely a place where people come and like they make friends that last and friendships that last years and years and years. So it's a lot of fun for people.
Right. In a way, you're right. It used to be right. It was Extra Life United was happening over here, and while CHW was going on. Now, like Extra Life and Dance Marathon are the event. Like this is the event. It's not we're at another event. We are the event, and that's pretty cool. I think that's an upgrade.
Yeah.
So very good. Hope to see 300, 400, 500 people there. I mean, the more the better. I want you to create a problem for us that we have too many people. And
our team's unofficial motto: let's be a problem.
Yeah. What kind of problems can we create?
I'm sure this is being recorded, so I want to be eating my words in a couple of months. Make me stressed about how many people there are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a challenge to y'all.
Make us have to reorder more. We need to order more shirts. There's way more people.
Too many people. Yeah. Another common question we get is, what are the games that are being played during the tournament? Those are going to be shared in a couple weeks, I believe. We're going to share those, and on our next stream in May, we may end up even playing them, or at least some of them. So we'll see.
Call on Friday.
That's how we should announce them. Like, do we have enough streams lined up to where it's one? I mean, we actually would have too few streams if we're doing them once a month, right?
I mean, we would have to do stream. Well, we wouldn't play the one game.
The mystery game?
Yeah, we wouldn't play that one. We could technically do one per stream if we did an early stream in July. But then we have to ask ourselves the question, are we going to be too stressed to do that?
Well, also, people want to know all the games further ahead of time.
Yeah. I think we would...
next month.
We can
next month's stream.
Next month's stream, we'll play some of the games.
We'll speed run them.
Yeah. So it should be pretty fun. I'm very excited about the games this year, so it should be a good time.
I think the general idea for the games are that anybody can play them, anybody can be good. You can practice all you want, but I don't know if necessarily hours upon hours of practice will be beneficial for you when you get there on site and play the game. So that's kind of the vibe that we're going for. I think in the past we've tried maybe more e-sporty games and competitive games, and we've gone to, games that people don't really know are indie developers. So trying to find a common ground and make sure that we have games that everybody can play and feel good about for the tournament itself.
Yeah, so last year was what? It was Spider Hack, Fall Guys, Ultimate Chicken Horse, and the mystery game was Windjammers 2. So it was really fun. I'm bad.
Yeah, I mean, even just make folks feel better. I played one of the ELU games for the very first time on Friday and had a blast. Even though it took Bradley.
You did great.
Yeah, you did.
Thank you literally so much. It took Bradley and I 5 minutes to save the game at the end because we were fighting. But it's okay. Don't be like me and Bradley.
Yeah, well, can we give that little teaser, I guess you could say, is that at least one of the games is a game that will require you to team up.
Yeah, well, we will team them up, but yeah.
Right, you're it's not a single player.
One of the games is cooperative.
That's
So
the mutual goal.
Team versus team.
Correct.
And it's not Pokemon Unite.
No. It is a game I had honestly never heard of until it was brought up to our attention. And then I watched it and was like, yes, this is the game.
This is awesome. Yeah, I love this game.
It's a lot of fun. But
yeah, I want to play it again. So peeps, if you want to play again on Friday, you have my schedule.
So yeah, the games are going to be fun. And what is it? How many we got? Is it 4 video games?
4 video games and 3 board games.
3 board games, and then the challenge stations.
Exist.
We will bring back challenge stations. We're reworking the challenge station concept to make it a little bit easier for everybody.
Yeah, and they will have some importance to something that is overarching at Ignite, I believe is what we had talked about. So I'm trying to be as vague as possible to where y'all still get it, but chat is questioning what I'm talking about. So
you can tell them.
Extra Life United.
What's that?
There will be games at Extra Life United.
Oh, most definitely. So that's kind of
emotional and physical.
You're doing a great job. Thanks, Sana.
Well, I was saying, we stopped listening to you.
Overcooked confirmed. No, because I have definitely heard of and played Overcooked. We gotta stop listening to you long ago, Adam.
Overcooked is
so fun.
You're in the right headspace, but it's not Overcooked.
No.
All right. So that's
very cool. So that's
Ignite. Make sure you register before the registration period closes.
Yep.
And keep in mind, when you register, the first what you're doing right now is you're just registering to attend. You're not picking games yet. Even though there's going to be a part of registration where you're saying I'm opting into the tournament session, or you're opting into other sessions and stuff like that. And then once the people who are registered will then get an email with a link to go sign up for which games you're going to play. And we are looking at trying to make the schedule to where we're going to avoid overlapping times. So where if you're signed up for one game, there's not that risk that you're going to miss another game that you might have signed up for.
Correct. Or you won't, and you hopefully won't miss any sessions either, I think is how we've got it.
Right. Yeah. We're trying to make it to where it's a linear experience.
Yep. And I was gonna share since it's in downtown Kansas City. It's at the Kansas City Marriott downtown, and I was gonna share a bunch of different places to eat, but I feel like that would get forgotten this far ahead. So I'll probably share those in the next stream in May.
I'm just saying I'm getting some burnt ends.
Yes, Kansas City is a barbecue place. I am also from a barbecue place, but I will give Kansas City an open heart and stomach try. So, but yeah, so and then Sana's gonna share things on socials. Are we playing Risk? No, Risk would take way too long. So yeah, So that's really all for today, everybody. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here in just a second because we are running just a tad long and we have some stuff we got to get to. We need an Adam approved food guide brochure that will be coming soon. Food guide. I'm gonna post a food guide. Yeah, I'm gonna do a blog post. It's a food guide and get some help from some of our Kansas City locals to get some things. One of our Tory's Angels has already gotten me about 12.
Ashley.
Yes, thanks, Ashley. One of our Tory's Angels has already gotten me like 12 recommendations for things to eat downtown, and then also like the explanation of how the different areas of Kansas City are referred to. So I'll be posting a blog post before Ignite that kind of gives people a rundown of like where they can eat and like it's in this area of town and that kind of stuff. So it should be fun. I've DM'd you a potential raid target. We are not